here we are, all set for Patrick Day, our show in memory of our late founder Pat Hawkins. The sun is shining, we're all set for a fantastic day, and as you can see, a great turnout, 60 odd cars booked in, 60 odd that have turned up, not letting us down, and everybody just starting to mingle, have a chat, and in some cases, no doubt, go and get fed and watered first, but members of the public starting to come through as well. We've got the weather on our side because plenty of cars arriving with the tops down. Two little frog eyes together there, really nice. Oh, and here comes Winford round the corner in his Messerschmitt. And yeah, lovely selection of, looks like the MG Club there. Yeah, really good cars. Look at that, all starting to come in nice and orderly so we can park them together. And you can see our marshals and our YouTube man all geared up, welcoming the visitors as they come through, and really good marshalling on the day from our team of volunteers, helping everybody park up, plenty of room to walk around, and for all the public to have a great view of the cars. So nice shot here of the lineup from the West Somerset MG and Classic Car Club, all lined up together. They're really good supporters of the museum. A lot of them are annual pass holders, and for any of you that aren't, well, please have a think about it. For another £10, you can come visit the museum as many times as you like in the next 12 months. And there's always something different to see. Frog Eye Sprite there. Really cute little car, that one. And as you can see, we've got the white, Old English white one next to it as well. They make a great pairing. Both club members and both members of the Sprite and Midget Club as well. So these cars get used. We see those out and about at a lot of shows and a lot of the tourers, and they're just, it's just great to see them out on the road where they belong. So Austin Healey Frog Eye Sprite here with the lovely cheeky looking front end on them, hence the name, the Frog Eye Sprite, introduced around about 1959, and just a cute little sports car. All of them with the A series engine in with twin carbs on, so that when you're bowling along in one of those at like 40-50 mile an hour, it feels like you're doing 70 or 80 mile an hour. Now here we move to a 1973 MGB Roadster. Real good example that, wearing the period mini light wheels, and what a great 70s colour that is as well. This one belongs to the secretary of the club, and had some paintwork in relatively recent times, but look at it, what great condition it's in. And again, another one that you would see round and about the show circuits. Real good example, this one. The chrome bumpers that carried on through till the early 70s. Couple of mods there, later steering wheel, and then you go across to the rubber bumper model that succeeded the chrome bumper ones. That was due to impending legislation in America around ride heights and with crash absorption and so on. But here it is in the damask red, really suits it, that kind of colour. And then we're back to another MGB Roadster, chrome bumper one, again wearing the mini light wheels, in a lovely shade of green, top down. Nothing better than going around in something like that in this kind of weather and around the Somerset lanes. So this MGB Roadster here, quite an early car, this one, 1965 example, wearing the wire wheels. One of the standout differences with this car, as you can see, it's wearing a period hardtop. There was a whole industry that grew up around that kind of thing in the mid to late 60s, and not many of those sort of things survived, but there it is, even with the sort of twin sunroof effect in it. And inside, well, what's not to like there? Wood rim steering wheel, got your boot rack on the rear of it for a bit of touring. Lovely car. Over now to the rubber bumper one from around 1975. The mesh guards on the headlights, the Triumph Stag alloy wheels on it. This one means business. This one is used extensively for touring and quite long road trips as well. And with it being the rubber bumper one, a lot easier to look after. You're not polishing the chrome every 5 minutes. Very usable. So this MGB Roadster's had some serious modifications to it. It's running a Rover V8 engine and other mods to brakes and suspension, so that it makes it very usable and safe out on the road. You can certainly see where you're going with those lights on the front. And there you go, there's the V8 with the Eldebrock carburetor on it to breathe easy. The mini light wheels that are filling the arches nicely there, and extra dials and gauges so you can keep an eye on all the various functions. Even got a strap to keep the boot lid down when you're touring around. Then we move across to this MGA Roadster. This is a 1955 car, belongs to one of the club members, and it's he would call it a rolling restoration. This was extracted from very long-term storage over the last couple of years, and they've been doing a bit at a time on it. It's now fully on the road. Just had a really good retrim on the interior, nice bit of patination to the paintwork, and a great motor. So here we've got a 1970 Roadster in what we think is probably Snowberry White, a colour that really suits the lines of that car. Really nice looking one with the painted wire wheels on it, and you can see just a standard car, just as BMC intended, and in many ways all the better for it. Real good looker, that one. Look at that. They look just great. Those wire wheels with the chrome spinners on them. And well, look at what's lurking in the background. This is the County Classics Motor Museum, MGB. This is one that we tend to take round and about some of the shows. It is a Sebring lookalike. This is styled as a Sebring lookalike. We think that was done about 15 years ago, something like that. And it's just a great fun car to be out and about in. It's good publicity for the museum, so keep a look out for that one, because we do use it quite often, and it does go out round and about in the shows. So in the background of this one, you can see a bit of the museum's Porsche Spider replica. That's actually the vehicle that we used on opening day when Patrick and Richard Hammond drove it round to the front of the museum. And I had to go running after them with a can of petrol when they ran out halfway around the town. Look at that for a shot up the side of our MGB there, courtesy of Dell's Vids. That's really good. Makes the car look so much better than it actually is, actually. But real fun car, that one. We really enjoy using that one. Okay, so as most of you will know, the Ford Capri was Patrick's favourite car, and we had a great representation at the show from Southwest Capri Club. Several different models, and that's represented in the museum as well. You know, if you come and visit us, you'll see various ones from Mark 1 to Mark 1 facelift all the way through to Mark 3 Capris on show with us. Well, what we're looking at here is two great examples of what many would say is the ultimate evolution of the Capri, which is the Mark III 2.8 injection special. Look at that going down through the middle of those two. What great looking cars they are, and plenty of performance when you're out on the road, of course, because as most of you will know, they run the 2.8 litre V6 Ford Cologne engine mated to a 5-speed gearbox. So another great bit of drone footage there from Dell's Vids. You can see what a great turnout we've had. Lots of people enjoying looking around the cars, and the car park was very, very kindly given to us free of charge for the day by Taunton Town Council, and we are planning to do the same again next year. So if you're interested, please email the museum. I'm loving the hat.
Thank you very much.
So we've got the 1970 Buick Skylark convertible. What an eyeful that is. That's a proper American land yacht. It's landed in Taunton today. Really, really great car. It's in fabulous condition and just right for this kind of weather as well. Big V8 engine, and even the registration, you know, American wedding car, that stands for. And the owner of it, Nigel actually hires it out for weddings and proms and other sort of special occasions like anniversaries and so on. So you know, you'd certainly be noticed if you arrived in that, and you'd be turning up in style. Real statement piece. So what we've got here, this is the 1932 Ford Roadster that belongs to Paul Hanley. Paul has driven this down all the way from the top side of Bristol this morning, and what a great example of this type of car it is. So this proved to be a real crowd favourite, this one. It's running a Chevrolet V8 engine. And Paul actually is a driving instructor as well. So I don't know if you can book a lesson in it, but if you can manage that, you'll be able to manage anything. So yeah, you might even notice the registration plate for pass. So he's obviously very confident if you do get a lesson in it. But look at the condition of it. It looks absolutely brilliant. I can see why people were around it all day. So this is Winfred Jones's Messerschmitt KR200. This is the one that he's been raising lots of money for MS research with various runs, etc. Breaking news, he's now raised just over £4,000, which is a fantastic achievement. So here we've got the wonderful pairing from Fred and Sue Took of the Morris Traveller and the Mini Traveller, two 60s icons, and they're both in really, really great order. This one here, you're looking at the Morris Traveller. Many of you will know that the wood on these was not just decorative, it was part of the structure of the car. And Fred has owned this car for a long time, and it's just in really, really sharp condition. It's won prizes at a number of events over the years, and what both of them do is collect a lot of period accessories and ephemera, and that's why we invited them to come along and display the cars together, and gave them a particular spot where you can see everything. Here we are as a dog keeping guard in the back of the Morris Traveller. Look at all of that, it's great. So now we move over to the back of Sue's Mini Traveller, and well, what a collection there from 1963. everything that we either listened to or we ate or we've read. Sue's got all of it captured there. It's real nice display that she puts out all around the shows, even the I Spy books along the front as well. Really nice. Again, some of you will know the wood on a Mini Traveller is actually decorative this time round, not structural, but look at the condition of that after 60 odd years, in really good condition. And Sue's pride and joy, that car. You can see the sliding windows on the side. Real period piece this car is. The external door hinges from the earlier Minis that you can see there. So we had a couple of examples of the Marcos car with us. This one is a Mini based one, early 60s example. Now we've got a really special exhibit. This is a 90s Mini Cooper that was featured on the Wheeler Dealers program. It's been turned into a tribute car to the 1964 Monte Carlo rally winning car that was driven by legendary BMC works driver Paddy Hopkirk. Real good detail on this car. Engine was fully rebuilt and poured out to give it the type of performance that the works cars would have delivered back in the day. So we're now looking at a 1988 Mini Red Hot, which was a limited edition. You could buy that direct from the dealer at the time. You could either have a jet black or a red hot. And this particular car, the current owner of it is known it all its life. He used to service and maintain it for the first owner. It's a low mileage, unrestored car in just great condition. An Aston Martin, really great example of the DB6 model. This particular car belongs to Bill Kitchen. As some of you might know, Bill was a really great friend of Patrick's and they were in business together many years ago. So he would be delighted that Bill brought this car along today in the midnight blue. Really fantastic example, this one. So you're now looking at a really special car. This is a car that belongs to one of our volunteers, actually, to Gary Smith. It is a 1964 Mercedes Pogada SL in that classic colour of Mercedes silver with a lovely contrasting blue interior, the white wall tyres. You can see people admiring it in the video for yourselves. It's a really, really classic Mercedes look from the 60s. A real popular car with the almost a jet set and royalty, certainly back in the day. And Gary's done a fantastic job of looking after it. You can see what great condition it's in. It's really, really sharp, and really was admired massively on the day. Look at those stacked headlights. A real proper landmark design feature. Really, really good car. So here we are. No display at County Classics would be complete without some of our resident C5 expert Colin's examples. What you see here is this one is, I'm going to say it's almost his daily driver. Colin is a supervisor at the local hospital, and he sometimes goes to work on this and even rides it up and down the corridors, which gives the patients a real tonic. And this one here, well, he insisted on bringing this one. He'd only got it a couple of days before. This is a sort of DMC tribute C5, if ever there was such a thing existed. Well, here it is now. He's really proud of this one, and I've got to say it's in great condition. Naturally, being Colin, it was driven in this morning, and what great fun they are, and they really do attract a lot of attention. That will get just as much attention as a real DeLorean. And also his limited edition rally chopper on display as well. So Moto Guzzi, this belongs to Martin Lamb, one of our volunteer team, and it's a really good example. This one, it's had some time in the museum. It's a 1991 California 3 model, and Martin's took it back out now, and he's had some re-chroming done on it, and he keeps it in really sharp, roadworthy order. Really likes riding around on that, and it certainly looks the part. So this is a really well engineered car. It's a TriKing T3 Tourer. It belongs to Richard French, who's one of the museum volunteer team. And Richard has done a superb job of building this car. You can see the resemblance, the tribute, whatever you want to call it, to the Morgan three-wheeler type of vehicle. It's based on Moto Guzzi motorcycle running gear, and Richard has done just an amazing job of putting it together. It really is a stunning, well put together vehicle. This is just a fantastic example of the Morgan car, this one. It belongs to Alex Sully. Alex is, again, one of our volunteer team. and Alex bought this new in 2004. And it's in the original Morgan light metallic blue, and he's looked after it from day one superbly. As you can see, it's totally original condition, and Alex does use it as well. He's out and about in it quite often in the summer, and totally standard condition, great car. So this is our first Land Rover that's come in today. This is a 88-inch wheelbase model from 1961, a petrol version. And as probably a lot of you know, the Land Rover was introduced at the now considered landmark 1948 motor show that also brought us the Morris Minor and the Jaguar XK120. So a real landmark show. So we now move across to the Series 2A model Land Rover from 1964. This one belongs to Mark Howard. Mark is one of our volunteers, and he keeps this Land Rover in really, really exceptional condition. Very, very usable. Mark does get out and about in it. Yeah, he's done some really, really good and sensible modifications to it that just make it that little bit more usable on today's roads. So some slightly more comfortable seats, for example, but what a finish. I don't think they ever left Solihull looking that good. So we're now looking at the winner of the inaugural Patrick Hawkins Memorial Trophy, which is Diane Hawkins, by the way, no relation to Patrick. Her 1967 Cortina Mark II 1300 Deluxe, the one that's been in the family from new, and as you can see, it's in really, really nice original condition. A lovely, lovely car. This is a stunning example of the Ford Zephyr Mark II. It's from 1960, belongs to a local enthusiast, Steve Day, who's a really good supporter of the museum. And this car is in really, really great condition. Those of you in the know will be aware that the Zephyr is the 6-cylinder version. So this is really smooth driver on the road, this one, and it looks great. Ford of Britain's nod to a Americana, and what a great stylish car, proper 60s rock and roll car that. So we're now looking at our 1981 Saab Turbo. What a fantastic example this one is. It's really, really sharp and a real statement piece from the, if you like, the yuppie era. The greed is good. If you were a polo neck wearing architect, then this is the car that you needed to be seen in back in the day. Really, really great example. So this is a particularly rare car. This is a Talbot 10. They were introduced in 1935, and by 1938 the company was amalgamated with Sunbeam. So a real rare car, this one. So we're now looking at the 1958 Volkswagen Beetle. This car, this belongs to James Preem. James is the features editor for Classic Car Weekly, and he's very kindly come along today to visit the show, take a load of pictures, and then he subsequently gave us a full-page article in the following week's edition of Classic Car Weekly. So really kind of James to come along and to do that for us. He used the show as a bit of a deadline to get his car ready, because it has been a bit of a project for him, and he even wrote in the paper that right, that's the incentive I need to get it ready. So 1980 Ford Escort Mark II 1600 Sport. This car was first registered on the first day of the 1980s decade. It was registered new in central South Africa, having been produced by the Ford factory over there. Not too much of a difference compared with the UK specification cars, just some additional strengthening under the bonnet. Came into this country around about 2015. Mitsubishi EVO 6 here in the brilliant silver. This has been very kindly brought in by one of our volunteer, Gordon Fleming's son, for the day, and really nice standard example of a car that was much modified back in the day, but great to see one that's not been messed with. One of the things that we were delighted with from Patrick Day was the actual museum attendance. The Patrick themed menu that our cafe manager Jane came up with went down an absolute storm. We made well over 100 portions of the apple cake that was on one of our deals, and actually sold out. So look out for next year, because there'll be plenty more of it. So if you want to see a great example of the Triumph Stag, well, you're looking at it. This one belongs to Martin Wyatt. Martin, again, one of our volunteer team, and it's just a great example. It's from 1973, the manual with overdrive model, so many would say the one to have. It underwent a really good restoration a number of years ago. Martin has owned it for knocking on 30 years now, and well, hopefully you can see from the video what great condition it's in. He really enjoys driving it, and it's part of his collection that he's got, because Martin is a real motorcycle enthusiast as well. But his Stag, him and his wife really enjoy going out and about in. This is a pretty little car. This is a 1962 Triumph Herald Coupe. Belongs to Jodie Culver Evans, and it's in really nice condition. Jodie's actually only the third owner of it. It's in its original colours. It did have some paint work about 15-20 years ago, but it's never actually been apart and been restored. It's just been loved all its life, and being the coupe, a particularly rare variant these days, most of the survivors now are saloons or convertibles, so really nice to see.
First aider.
How are we doing? Yeah, don't be having any accidents. Okay, it's like that.
So 1977 Marina 1000 weight van, used on museum duties quite often, and you'll see there in the aerial shot of the volunteer team outside the front of the museum. Really good example here of the Ford Orion. This one is a 1.6 gear injection model from 1985, and in really great order. A real good example of the type of car that used to be everywhere and now is nowhere. So it's just great to see it. The Ford Capri Mark II 3-litre gear, being particularly rare, being a Mark II, but also a manual version. This one belongs to one of the museum supporters, Mr. Chris Hutchins, and it's in just great condition. We believe it's largely unrestored. Chris hasn't owned it for very long, and he's really enjoying stretching its legs. And of course, the day wouldn't be complete without Patrick's Capri. This is the last car that he bought, a Channel Islands car, 23,000 genuine miles from new, unrestored, and a 3-litre GT XLR. What a fantastic car it is. Lots of people admiring it on the day, and we made it our mission at the end of the show to incorporate it into the museum. So if you didn't get much of a look at it, or you fancy looking at it in more detail, it's in our museum on display now, and it looks absolutely amazing. Well, this is a lovely car, this one. So we're looking at a 1967 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. This car is in the splendidly named Roulette Green. And it's believed to have had a full ground up restoration. It certainly looks like it, looking at the condition of the car. Really sharp example, and it's attracted a lot of attention on the day. Lots of people loving its flowing lines and just a real sort of style icon. So this car here, we've got a one you don't see very often. This is a Rover Streetwise. It's the SE model, the turbo diesel engine car, and a very rare sight on the roads today. This is a nice example, this one. This is a 1972 MG Midget, the 1275cc version, which is you know, the one to have in midget world, and also the round wheel arch model as well, which is very sought after by enthusiasts. What's quite unusual about this one is the colour. Aqua was only offered for 1 year on the MG Midget range, so really unusual to see it, and in really nice order as well. Looks good with the Ross style wheel. Now here's a rare sight on today's roads. This is a 1983 Opel Monza coupe. Real autobahn stormer from back in the day. Really nice example, this one. This 1964 Triumph TR4, what a stunning example this one is, in the lovely British racing green. Nice to see it wearing the original Triumph wheels as well, not converted to wires. Same with the interior, the proper spoke steering wheel. That's totally to factory specification, that car, and it's got the much sought after what they call the Surrey top on it as well. Really lovely, and it sounded great when it came in as well. So this is one of the later MG Midgets, the rubber bumper ones. This particular example dates from 1980. It's in the Glacier White. It's wearing its Ross style wheels, as it should be doing, and these are a real good entry-level car for somebody who's looking to get into the classic car scene, and an excellent part supply for them as well. So not too difficult to keep on the road. Okay, so we've got the Marcos 3-litre here. This is a great car, this one, dating from 1969. It's the ones that are based on the 3-litre Ford engine, so it's got some real go about it. Marcos cars were designed by Jem Marsh, and they would have been made not very far away over in Wiltshire as well. This one, it belongs to Malcolm Mackay, the well-renowned motoring journalist who's a great supporter of the museum, and it's part of Malcolm's reasonably extensive collection. But here it is on the road, and I think he told me that a couple of days beforehand it had no brakes, but it clearly was able to stop at the show, so I guess he sorted that out. So next to the Marcos, you can see we've got the Series 1 Lotus Elise from 1999. So this is another of Malcolm's cars, matching in the yellow. So this will be the 1.8 K series engined version from when they first came out. So this is the Elise in its purest form, a real driver's car that will grip the road like almost nothing else you can buy, and starting to appreciate as well. The Lotus Elise in both Series 1 and 2 form is now a real appreciating asset. Now here's a car where you won't see one coming the other way. This is a Intermechanica, and it is a stunning looking car. Ford V8 powered, and what an eyeful it is. Really well presented car here today. So what we're looking at now, this is a Reliant Scimitar SS1 1600. A really rare sight. Even when they were new, you didn't see many. Ford-based mechanicals, got the XR3 engine in it. And this belongs to Graham Parsons and his wife. Graham is a great supporter of the museum. He runs Graham's Motorcycles. And we've got a number of his bikes in here on loan as exhibits. And next door to you, you will see a nice example of the XK8 Jaguar Coupe, kindly brought along today by Mark Halliwell, Jaguar Specialists. So we're now looking at a 1993 Lotus Carlton. Wow, this car attracted lots and lots of attention on the day. Presented in totally original condition. So many of these were modified and crashed and wrecked back in the day. So to see a survivor like this in this kind of condition, it really did attract a lot of attention, and deservedly so. A great car. So this 1994 example of the Reliant Sabre, as opposed to the Scimitar SS1, this is the sort of, in fact, the later model of it. This came along today, and whoa, what an unusual car. We think the SS1 is rare. This is even rarer. Not seen one of these on the road for a long time. And again, one that caught a lot of people's attention today, and a lot of people very surprised to find it was a Reliant. So here we've got the Ford GT40, a car that Patrick always wanted and was in the process of purchasing one when we sadly lost him. So it's just brilliant that we've managed to get such a lovely example along today. It's had a bit of a centre stage spot next to Patrick's Mark I Capri, and he will be so proud that they were displayed together today. Now this Mini, well, this is really something special. This car belongs to Brian Slark, and again, Brian is one of our great volunteer team here. And what an example it is. 1964, it's a Mini 850, and just what makes this car stand out is its beautiful original condition and specification. Brian's kept it in absolutely fantastic order, and the one that people love to see, with the sliding windows and the big door pockets and the long gear lever. Just a lovely car. So this one, a really rare car. This is a 1986 Austin Montego 2-litre HL. It's been very kindly donated to the museum, and as you can see, it's in really great order. Particularly rare being the Austin badged version rather than the Rover one, believed to be one of about 8 or 9 that are on the road, so we certainly don't see one coming the other way. So that concludes this year's event. So a big thank you first of all to all the exhibitors for bringing their fantastic vehicles along. To all our visitors that we had on the day, thank you very much to you. And a big shout out to the Mayor Bev Fernandez and her consort, who spent a lovely amount of time in presenting the trophy for us. To Taunton Town Council for the use of the car park. To Sunbelt Rental for the support with all the signage. To Jeff Ruggles from Classic Car Buyer, and James Preen from Classic Car Weekly for all the post-event coverage that they've given us, which is really appreciated. And also the same for BBC and ITV and the County Gazette. To all the museum team for all their sheer hard work and enthusiasm. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. So watch your space for next year's date, and we look forward to seeing you.